Hi, this is Andy, your lonely libertarian citizen of California, here in my bookshop in Simi Valley, California, the bookshop I call Oddfellows Books. I came across a very interesting set of books this week. It's the Harvard Classics Alumni Edition, the whole complete set, from 1909. And in volume 25, I found a very interesting, I haven't quite read it yet, but I've just started it, essay written by John Stuart Mill, and it's called On Liberty. And in the essay, he describes liberty as being the opposite of authority. And I'm starting to get into it, I haven't quite got into it, but basically what we're going through now is what I like to call the pendulum of will. Government will versus the individual's will. And right now, government is swinging the pendulum away from us, away from our side. They are taking it away from us. And, basically through taxes, through their overspending, through, these large government programs, through regulation, through, these laws, through the usurping of our Constitution, they are taking our liberty away from us. Now, the opposite of liberty is authority. They are creating more authority. And, if you want to turn it back, you need to claim your liberty. And the only way to claim it is to speak up, to write, to show up at town hall meetings, to, contact your congressman and say, listen, we want our government back. We want our liberty back. You have to demand your liberty back. We want a small government. And that's the only way to swing it back. You must move the pendulum of will. The pendulum of will. It's either authority or liberty. Which do you want? I had a very interesting conversation with a young lady, Grace, a friend of my daughter's, who spent the evening with us last night. And this morning when they got up, we made them a big breakfast, and eggs and toast and hash browns and juice and fresh fruit. And we were all sitting at the table, and she had this discussion. She said, I love to debate. And 13-year-old, they don't even know what a debate is. But, anyways, I gave her a very interesting, at least from my standpoint, she felt it was interesting. My daughter couldn't pull her away from the table. My daughter's heard some of many times, but she was glued to my lecture on Social Security. And someone, I think Luce Leal, I can't remember who it was, but they said the Social Security program, is a great program. It benefits us and it benefits me in ways because I'm supporting old people. But I will make a video about Social Security. I just want to give you a heads up. It'll come up soon. Basically my thoughts are that it's not Social Security, it's social insecurity. No matter whether the money is actually sitting there or not sitting there, which would be more insecure, but they say there's a trust fund, and believe me, there's no money in that trust fund. Real trust funds have money in them. So, you've heard of trust fund babies? Well, we're not all trust fund babies, I can assure you that. So, anyways, I will make a video soon about that. Just wanted to let you know. I will leave you with something I found. I met an interesting fellow he was biking across the country. His name was Shiloh, and very interesting dude. He's kind of living a life of freedom. He's on the lam from something, I don't know what, but he's biking all over the country, and he's giving it to the man at every turn. So anyways, his name is Shiloh. You can find him. He makes miniature paintings, and apparently I think the University of Oregon is sponsoring his paintings. And it's called the Morning Star, Mourning. You can look him up. He's kind of an interesting character. You can find his paintings, little miniature digitals. So he wrote this down for me, so thought I'd put a plug in. Buy one of his paintings, support this dude. He's got cancer, and he's traveling around the country on his bike to see as much of the country as possible before he dies. And his name, he wrote it down for me, Miniature Paintings by Shiloh, the Morning Star. You can Google it. I just found him to be a really cool character. He had a lot of great stories. And if you met him, you'd think he was a bum, but he was no bum to me. He was an incredible dude. And I helped him support his journey He biked all the way from Chicago to here, from Oregon. Took the train to Chicago. And he's been on the road for about it's about 8 months now. So he's about 60-something years old. Very cool dude. And then he was a forest firefighter for years. He got cancer from it. So I just want to support him any way I can. But he's definitely, his words, he's not giving another dime to the government. So any money you give him, he goes right in his pocket. So he can certainly use it.